The goal was to divide the population by religion. East Bengal for Muslims, West Bengal for Hindus. Curzon thought it was genius. Instead, it pissed the people all over India. If all the British cared about was how much money it made in India, the Congress decided to make it as difficult as possible for them to earn this money. People stopped buying British cloth and started making their own. Students walked out of government schools. Lawyers boycotted British courts. People lit British textiles on fire. Britain panicked and reversed the partition, but it proved a point. 20 years of asking nicely got them nothing, and a few years of making things uncomfortable got them an actual result. This made the Congress look effective, and they started pushing harder. They wanted political representation. Actual seats at actual tables where actual decisions were made. A bunch of rich Muslim guys saw this and did some quick math. Congress was a Hindu organization. India's population was majority Hindu. So if one-day elections were held for power, a majority vote would almost always produce a majority Hindu result, which may sideline Muslim communities. So they decided to form their own association called the All India Muslim League. Around the same time, a man named Gandhi emerges as a national figure. Gandhi had studied law in London, which meant he'd seen Britain up close. He knew exactly how to get under its skin. He just recently advocated for the rights of Indian immigrants in South Africa, another British colony. Gandhi had used non-violence resistance against the British and succeeded in modifying some of the policies. This made him somewhat of a hero back in India, as people saw him as someone who stood up against the British and won. Gandhi returned to India and joined the Indian National Congress to support their cause for Indian self-rule. That is, like Canada and Australia, India would be under the British Empire, but they made their own laws and their own government. The Congress began holding public meetings and mass gatherings, and the people started listening. The Congress now had massive public support. Then World War I begins in 1914, and Britain is suddenly desperate. Help us win this war, and we will maybe possibly grant you guys self-governance once the war is over. You've said things like this before. This time, we really mean it. Are we actually going to give them self-governance? Absolutely not. So we just lied? No. We made a wartime promise. Totally different. India delivers. They send 1.3 million soldiers to the Western Front and the Middle East. They send millions of tons of food and equipment. They basically kept the British Empire afloat for 4 years. The war ended in 1918 with Britain on the winning side. So we helped you win your little war. What reward have you planned for us? Have some patience, guys. We are just a little busy dealing with the aftermath of the war. We will soon get back to you. They did not get back to them. Thousands of Indian soldiers had died in European mud for a war that had nothing to do with India to get absolutely nothing. India was furious. Protests and riots erupted all over India. One such incident took place in Amritsar. Due to a riot there, the British prohibited gatherings in groups of more than 3 people. You heard that right. You couldn't even have 4 friends in the same place. A few days later, more than 10,000 people gathered to celebrate a spring festival. They were unaware of these new conditions, as they weren't from the city. Nobody had told them. The gathering also contained peaceful protesters. Upon hearing about the gathering, British troops under Reginald Dyer locked the exit gates and opened fire on the crowd. For 10 minutes. He didn't issue a warning. He didn't ask anyone to leave. Over 1,000 people were killed. Random civilians who came to celebrate a festival died without even knowing why. To retaliate, Gandhi had a plan. The idea is simple.